Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name is David and this is my channel. Today we're going to talk about unconditional love. That is our natural state. This is an interesting term. We've all heard it, but what exactly is it and how do we achieve it? Sometimes I have conversations with people and they can talk about, politics or other people or other situations. And there's always this concept in the conversation where they're, talking about where they are, and then someone or something has caused them to feel uncomfortable where they are. I mean, that's what it always is, that idea of I don't want to be where I'm at because of this, or I feel this is going to happen because of this, or I don't like this because of this. You see? So there's this outside and then where we are. And I say something like, I love all people and everything is flowing and there's only right now and what do I feel right now? And there's this agreeing with me, but usually, wow, I don't know how you do that. That's very difficult. So I want to talk about how it is that I have of course, still working diligently to achieve that frequency of unconditional love. And it's easier than you think once you understand and can see not always what's there. So what happens is that we have a world out there that is in a lot of places. And what we're really looking at mostly is just different people. And all those people are creating their experience. All of them. Everybody creates their own experience. And they create it in an individual way. And they have the ability to connect to their source to create that experience, or they can create resistance away from their source to create that experience. It's up to them. But what happens is now, if you can look out and just see energy, either energy is flowing or it's being blocked. And as we look at people in negative places, we look at people that are thinking, we look at people that are lost or feeling sad, their energy is being blocked. Does that make sense? Just sit with that for a second. Because one of the harder things is that we can get into meditation. Oh, Dave, I feel great. I've got my energy flowing. Boy, I feel like I'm one with God. And then you walk outside, brr. As soon as you run into somebody, boom, it just goes away. We match their vibration. Because that's what's happened, right? We have a lot of people. So here they are, and they're all in different states of their energy flowing, which just simply means receiving of their source, which simply means receiving of their desires, their dreams, their life. You see, it's kind of like a plant. They're cutting their life force off. Some of them have brown leaves. Some of them have very little leaves. You see what I'm saying? And some of them are kind of green and in between and so forth and so on. There's a split, meaning they're kind of receiving life and kind of not. That's what the split energy is. So we're all in different states of that based on the frequency we have chosen. Well, that's important. You see, chosen. That means we have a choice to receive full life. And then the world will become an effect of that full life. But we also have a choice to not receive our life and therefore clog our energy. And that can even move so much so it'll bring it into your body in the form of a dis-ease, right? Or a form of some kind of congestion or anything in the body itself. Now, we choose it. And this is where it's hard for us to understand. We are an energetic being. We can flow and we can slow our energy down. But nothing is doing it for us. You are a sovereignty. You see, you are the sovereign master of your life. You get to decide how much energy is flowing through you at all times. Now think about that. From a center position, from an energetic being, that would make sense. I mean, what could possibly stop my energy besides myself from an inside position as an energetic vibrational being? Do you see? Now, what is it that stops it? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's observing. It's an observing of something else outside of myself and then matching its frequency or matching its vibration and therefore now experiencing it myself. Do you see? The world is an observing place. We're observing all the time. We're looking out there. We're experiencing. But ultimately, we are vibrational. We are eternal beings. That's why they call it like a dream, you see? We're in a state of looking, experiencing, touching, using our senses in order to experience life. But we get to decide how much we allow in. And that's what causes the energy to stop or slow down or not, is how much am I observing, how much am I experiencing and allowing in? Because guess what? Everything comes back to you. Yes, everything comes back to you. Now, if you are allowing it all in, that means you would observe things you don't like, right? You would observe people in interesting situations. You'd be able to look out there and see they're all in different places, different experiences, different thought processes. Remember, thought and feeling create your experience. And if their thoughts are against themselves or against someone else, their energy is going to bog down. It's the only thing that brings the energy down is a thought of attack or a thought of fear, a thought, any kind of negative thought, right, towards something outside of yourself, which in turn is always focused back to you. Makes sense? That causes energy to slow down. When energy slows down, your manifestations in the physical world are certainly going to reflect it. But it's coming not from outside, it's coming from the decision that we have made, maybe unconsciously, of course, based on belief structures we have inherited and so forth and so on. But we have caused our energy, based on how we feel and how we think, to slow down and clog up, and now we're going to get the effect of that. So when that person says, Dave, I don't know how you do it, they're simply saying, I don't know how you get in control of your energy. I don't know how you get in control of your thoughts and your feelings. But that's the ultimate question. That's what the whole journey is. How do you control your thoughts and feelings? Think about some of the other videos as we get in control and talk about downstream thoughts and love and appreciation and positivity. Can you see how important it is? There's a good reason. There's a great quote from Abraham Hicks. He goes, I'll give you guys one major reason why to stay positive. Because everything you want will come. Because your energy will flow. You have to look at yourself, sit with that idea. I am an energetic being. How much am I allowing? You'll know based on the negative emotion you're feeling. You'll know based on how the body feels. You'll know based on how much the mind is active. You see? How much energy am I allowing in? How much am I allowing the world in? How much am I allowing the world in? Am I pushing against this person? Am I thinking about this? If you're thinking about different people, different experiences, different situations, ask yourself, am I allowing? Am I fighting it? Am I flighting it? Because you are an energetic being. You don't have to. You can just simply sit down, hold a rose, pet your dog, and your energy will flow. And your whole world will shift because your vibration has changed. Now, I get that it's hard to walk out in that world and get your energy to flow. But the more you understand that's why they say it's an illusion. There's nothing stopping your energy from flowing. You can keep your energy flowing and go right to the chopping block and take your head off and hey, I'm happy the whole time. Just a crazy example. I mean, we have the ability to be happy. Think about it, don't we? There's plenty of things out there to be happy about. The sunsets, the beauty. I live in the mountains here in Southern California. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful. But there's also a million different things to look at and to cause your energy to slow down. But isn't it your choice? And that's what needs to be understood first. You have all the power, each one of us. Nobody else. That's why it's an alone journey. Do you see? You are a sovereign nation. Either you are allowing your energy to flow or not. I mean, no one else is part of this. That's the most important thing. To know that you are in control if your energy is flowing. And remember that if your energy is not flowing, I guarantee it, I promise you, you're thinking about something, looking at something, experiencing something, talking about something that you do not like, that you are observing. It usually has nothing to do with us. You see? And then we're causing it to stop our energy. If you can look at how much your energy slows down through a movie, it's amazing. Right? Oh, the bad person. No. Oh, energy slows down. And then all of a sudden someone comes back. Oh, energy goes back. Oh, energy's down. In that moment, when that energy slows down and speeds up, we're creating habitualness, a habit of that. And now that world, guess what? Everything that's flowing in, everything that you've queued up in your life, because the only thing that comes to you is what you've asked for. Desire must come. It must come. Everything that's flowing in is what you have asked. It's what you've been thinking about. It's what you've been feeling. You see, that's why when we get in control of our thoughts and feelings, we are the masters of our life. That's for sure. And now as we watch that show or have our energy like this, we're stopping it from coming in. The more we understand we are an energetic being, not a physical being, an energetic being, a vibrational being. we will pay more attention to our energy, you see. And that's why it's the ultimate journey, the ultimate goal is to pay attention to how you feel. How do I feel? What am I thinking? Where am I at? Inside. That's why they call it inside, energetic, vibrational, frequency. Now, the good news is, guess what? Your inner being, your higher perspective, that broader part that stayed behind, is holding a vibration and a frequency for you to tune into. I mean, how cool is that? And we can just tune it a little bit, and all of a sudden, we go into that place. We have high frequency, and then now we have inspiration, we have connection, we have communication with all of the universe. How cool is that? There's a difference between touching something with resistance and merging with it with your energy, you see. But we must allow the center of us to turn on. And what is the center? It's the heart. It's love. It's unconditional love. Can you see now what unconditional love is? If we do not pay attention to our frequency, to our vibration in an unconditional way, I don't care what I'm looking at. I don't care what you're saying. I don't care what you're bringing to me. I'm going to find a way to be happy. I'm going to find a way to stay positive. I'm going to find a way with my being to keep at that frequency of source. Do you see? That's unconditional love. Then the world can be. Let it be. No big deal. You could be this way. You could be this way. All I see is your energy bogged down a little bit. No big deal. I'm sure that source is also trying to get through you. So you'll figure that out. No big deal. Maybe you offer solution. You see what happens. If they push back at you, no problem. You know what? I know you'll figure this out. I have every confidence in you. You see, I have confidence in you. And then, you know, the interesting thing, the more you understand your own energy and you allow it to flow, and the more you see others in different states of their energy, the more you will let them be. You will, because you know that you were once there, and you started making the decision to not allow the world to bother you as much, so your energy can flow, because you knew it was the most important thing, was your connection to your frequency and connection to your source. And then you start understanding, what does it feel like when my energy flows? Oh, I feel happy. I feel positive. What does it feel like when my energy is bogged down? Oh, it doesn't feel so good. I'm going to pay really good attention to that. In fact, I'm going to pay more attention to that than what anyone is saying. They mean nothing. I'm going to pay attention to how I feel. And I'm going to pay attention to what I speak. And I'm going to pay attention to what I think, not what they think and what say. So the only way really is to let go of others. We have to let them go and live their life. They're allowed to have their energy bogged down. They're allowed to have their energy flowing. We can offer love and support, but they have the choice to receive it or not. They're eternal beings. Always keep that close. We are eternal. We will either bog our energy down or we will flow. And regardless of which one we decide, the world outside of us will be the effect of it. This is eternal journey. Eternal journey. There's no death. The body goes. Who we are never goes. And it's always going to be in the state. Is the energy flowing? Is the energy bogging down? Am I connected to the highest frequency of source? And I'll connect more and more and more as I get this. Or am I connecting down in the lower frequencies and moving away from my source? But there is no real risk, no loss, no lack, just this energy flowing or not. And once you get that, you'll let people be. We don't have to hold on to them. We don't have to help them, so to speak. When I first started this, I was like, hey, if you try this, boom, boom, just push back, push back, push back. I'm like, man, this ain't working. I need to leave them alone. I can offer it. That's what these videos are. I'll offer it from my perspective, at least from how I see it. And then you get to decide how much you receive. Well, I'll take a little bit of this, Dave, a little bit. Ooh, that guy, Dave, he's crazy right there. Okay. I'll take a little bit of this, a little bit of this. And then how's your energy feel? It's like my students. They say anything. Did I get it right? I was like, how does it feel? How do you feel? Do you feel like you're flowing? Do you feel like you did something right? Do you feel like it's doing well? We need to pay attention to how we feel. We need to pay attention to what we're thinking, what we're saying, what we're giving. Because that is going to tell you what is coming back. And then as far as that other part that's coming back, let people be for your own sake. There is no other way. We have to learn to let people have their own life, make their own decisions, and then see if you can just see them. Oh, I see their energy blog down a little bit. You know what? I know they're eternal. I know it's going to move again eventually. So no big deal. I'll let them go. Let them find their own way. And then what happens? You become this peaceful, loving person. You just walk around the world. You allow it to be. Your energy rises. And then your effects change and your experiences change. And it was your decision. You did it. You see, you aligned more with source, and now the effects must come. It was your decision, no one else's. And now you'll love them all. I hope this helps. Thanks, guys. And as always, of course, it is up to you what you receive. Keep the comments coming. I love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for following along. Hit the like button if it's talking to you, and subscribe. And as always, my unconditional love and appreciation.